Can I ask, I'll just ask the boys on the panel at the start, Craig, is there any one of the kind of under-19 players, that the boys that you've sort of worked with at training or seen in even featuring for the first team that's really stood out for you so far?
Yeah, well, I think everybody's seen young Daniel Orsi the other week. He had a fantastic game, and then against Stirling as well. It's so unfortunate about his injury. Everybody feels sorry for him. It's a bad time for him just as he made his break into the first team. But there's a lot of them who can really step up and play. Young Ian McShane, under the parts, very composed in the ball and digging up front and smile. There's a few of them, a lot of them have got the potential to really do something again.
Yeah, and of course, David, you've kind of been in the position where the young up-and-coming goalkeeper spent most of his year with a broken leg, but Ross is sort of back on the way to recovery now, isn't he? So
aye, it's a shame for him. He's not had a lot of football, not been training a lot, but he's just plugging away and trying to get back to full fitness. But you can see he's done a bit of handling with the goalkeepers, with Lachie and me and Roddy, and he looks really good goalkeeper. Good.
And Ryan, what about yourself? Any of the sort of young boys that you've seen coming through? Obviously, I suppose Dan Carmichael, you'll spend quite a lot of time with you and sort of travel with him and things like that.
Wee Frodo. The hairiest feet you'll ever see on no, just as Reedy was saying, the likes of Dan Orsi and Ian McShane, wee Steve Dignan alike, Smikes, James Black. There's a lot of good players in it. And they're doing really well, as Scarlett was saying, you know, they've been winning quite a few games, and obviously they're getting a chance with the squad being so little, so they're coming on leaps and bounds through playing in that as well.
Training with us as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you see the fact that generally Scottish football is, you know, having to cut its cloth a bit, all the teams are having to cut back on resources. Do you think that's a real opportunity for the young guys to sort of come through and have a few more opportunities?
I think so. I think when you've got squads like what we do, you are forced to involve boys a lot earlier. But when you know that that's going to be the case, then you need to involve them in first team training as well, so that when they come up and they're involved, it's not as if they're nervous because it's the first time they've ever met the first team players or anything. I think what we're trying to do is make sure that the young boys can approach a lot of the first team boys, that they're not overawed by being involved with them, and when they go in to train with them, most of them, to be fair, hold their own.
Good. Okay, we'll move on now to our quiz bit of the evening. So we'll start with you, Neil, and we've got a question there for you. They've all been swatting up for this. So just
right. Is that if they got one of these sheets?
No, they've got just an answer sheet you've got to read out from.
I faced Ross County in the Challenge Cup before, and I scored a top corner for Falkirk from 25 yards.
Did they say that? Yeah.
Didn't they say that? I've added my own wee bit in it. But did I score the game's first, second, or third goal? I'll give you the clue again. It was a top corner from 25 yards.
Just give me the question again if you want.
The question again, I faced Ross County in the Challenge Cup final before. I scored a 28-yarder right into the top corner. Was it the first, second or third goal? A 30-yarder.
I'll just go.
Go for it, yeah.
What goalkeeping record do I share with 4 of our ex-Queen stoppers, including Alan Ball and George Farm? Which goalkeeping record do I share with 4 other ex-Queen stoppers, including Alan Ball and George Farm?
Before I signed for the club last summer, I had already played 2 games for the club in 2002. Who were they against? I'll give you another clue. One of them was at home here, and another one was not at home.
Where was my first senior goal scored, and only one? Clue is it was that slide tackle that you seen earlier.
I'm gonna give him clues.
Okay, folks, we're going to move on just a wee chat about, of course, the big game that everybody's looking forward to at the weekend, the Challenge Cup final, part 2. And I was going to start asking yourself, Neil, about it. I mean, Queens are obviously it's a pretty decent form at the moment, unbeaten in the last 3 games. Ross County, on the other hand, are not on the best of form. They're really not. I mean, they had a wee lift when Calder would come in, but they've not been on the best of form. Does that form of any bearing on your cup final, or is it completely out the window?
I would say this one's a bummer. I would say that it has no bearing in the cup final at all. The cup finals, obviously, it's a one-off game, which everyone will be very well prepared for. And for me, the form book can go out the window, similar to an old firm game. It wouldn't matter who was doing well in the league. As soon as it comes to a cup final or a big game like that, form doesn't count for anything unless it's good form for us, which it obviously counts for something. We've had, like you said, we've been unbeaten in our last 3, and 2 of them we've kept clean sheets. Yeah. So I'd like to think if we keep a clean sheet at the weekend, then we should be bringing the trophy home.
No pressure.
Well, Queens were.
You playing, eh?
I think so. I think Queens. I don't think Ross County have won against Queens since September 2009, which was in the Challenge Cup. So I mean, it's quite a significant record against them. You know, to have gone that length of time, given how often the teams do play each other.
It is significant. I didn't know these stats, but on that it is. But you need to remember, Ross County have got a lot of very good individual players, and on their day they're a match for anybody in the league.
Yeah. Now, Craig, we know about problems with the pitch at McDermott Park. It certainly, for those that saw the St Johnstone Rangers game the other night, it really does look like that there are issues with the pitches. That's something as defenders that really worries you?
We'll certainly be better than Arctic last Saturday, which we were down as a bit of grass in it that that doesn't really come in anything. It's the same for both teams in the day, do you know what I mean?
Okay, David, what about Ross County, and who's the what's the real threat for you with County?
I think the boy Craig up front, and the wee boy Gardine that just plays off in the midfield, but they're a good team, as you say, you know what I mean, so we can't take anybody lightly. Yeah. So, but we'll just get into it. Yeah,
Jimmy Calderwood obviously gave Ross County a bit of a lift, Ryan, when he came in to the team, but of course Queens have a record against him as well, you know, in the famous Aberdeen. That's a lot of shout, sorry. I mean, what have you made of the difference in Ross County since Calderwood's come in? Do you think he's made a lot of changes there? Pick a mic.
To be honest, I don't really know the changes he's brought in. I know that he's dropped the boy Kettlewell, but and he's in favour of the boy Gardine, who's been playing quite regular now. And he's quite a big player for them. I think he's the one that obviously connects the midfield to the strikers, so I'll have to really watch him. But I think a big thing for us is not to give set plays away, no outside the box and corners. I think that's a big thing for us.
Is that something where you think sometimes that Queens have been really punished? I mean, we've lost a lot of goals this year too, set pieces, haven't we? Where, I mean, David's been pretty instrumental in terms of the shot stopping, but set plays have kind of been a problem, I suppose.
Well, I think if you look at the goals that we've conceded, I think most of them have came from set plays, so it is something that obviously we're aware of, and something that we try and not give away corners and free kicks, nothing round about the box.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to take a wee break there, and you can get your half-time pie, so please do come up with some questions for the guys, and make sure you hand your questions in to Mark. Mark McMinn's going round with the jug for them, so throw your questions in there, and we'll be back to the second half. But can we just have a round of applause for the players so far?